Hi everyone, welcome to Concept Clarity. I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the tips that we can follow for 2023 ICSE final board exam. So as we know, like this is September going on, and we can just take a approximate guess, like the exams will start from March. Okay, and usually exams start in March for your ICSE board. So let's say like we have September, October, November, December, January, and February. Okay, so we have these months to practice. So now what we can do for this is like we can just see few tips like what we should be following in order we can get maximum marks, and without any hassle we are able to complete our syllabus within time. So what we suggest you is by November. Okay, so by November end or by December starting, you should be able to finish your syllabus. Okay, finish your syllabus in every sense. Okay, so that doesn't means like I have just finished half of my syllabus or I have finished my this much part of the syllabus. I want like you should be able to finish 100% of your syllabus. It should be including your revision, not including your revision, it should be including all your diagrams, formulas, practices, and everything A to Z. So when I meant like finish your syllabus, it should be everything. So you should not be like my diagrams are left or my this part is left. So 100% finish your syllabus by November or by December when you will be able to do this. So what you can do in Jan and Feb, you can look over those subjects in which you scored less in your pre-boards. Like let's say you scored less in your bio and in history civics, for instance being. So in January and February you can cover up your weak subjects. So whatever be your weak subjects and you felt like, yeah, I was thinking should have scored 70 in my pre-boards, but I scored around 50 to 60. So this is not my benchmark. I was planning for this in pre-boards. So then you have to cover your weak subjects, and then side by side just cover up your other subjects revision. So that's how we suggest you, like till September, October, November you have 3 months, and mostly half of your syllabus should be finished because it is September and you have been practicing since June for your board exams. So it's been more than 3 months there also back, and so you have approx 3 months to cover up your left of the syllabus. And we are saying this because by December you will be having your pre-boards also in your schools, and that pre-boards would be for your full syllabus. So you have to prepare by hook or by crook your full syllabus. So that's why we are taking a deadline of December, and then in Jan and Feb you have to practice upon your weak subjects and your revision. And now for this practice being like I have told you like you can prepare these, how to cover up your full subjects and what points you should matter. The first thing, like when you are studying, you should make sure you should make notes of important topics, like notes like you in chemistry for example, you can take the generic formula, you can write those generic formulas in your copy so that every time you don't have to go for the book. And same goes for your maths, physics. Okay, so here you can just write down your formulas at one place so that whenever you want to revise, you can just revise from the notebook and you don't have to open up your book again and again and go through the pages to see where I have written that. And for the history civics, you can just write over the dates, like what was the important date or what was the event that was held and which main leaders participated and what was the aim. Just 4 points. So in that date it will be like when it was taken place and who were the part of those events, what were the or who were the main leaders that took part. Okay, and then why this event took place. So just in one liners you can put these notes. So same way goes for the civics. You can just write what, like for we can say Supreme Court, you can just write what are the eligibility criteria for being a leader, just in one words. Okay, so you can just write those, like 25 is the minimum age, and then you can just write he should be citizen of India, so you can just write citizen and then of India. Simple. So you can just make up your own notes so that you can revise easily, and then in future also they could help you. And then secondly, so you have to learn up the keywords, so then you can make the entire story about that. So let's say someone asks you to define the nervous system in biology. So in nervous system you need to know the 3 keywords, like nervous system forms up of brain, nerves, and the spinal cord. So you know these three words. Now you can make the entire story around that according to the question weightage. Like let's say it has 3 marks of weightage, so you can just make up a story around these three things. So these are the three main parts of a nervous system, and you have to write accordingly. So you know the keywords. Now you can write an entire story. Same goes for the other subjects also. Just mark your keywords. These are the important things. You need to know keywords. After the keywords, you can make up your own story. Now coming to the point of English literature and language, same. So in literature, you need to memorize few poem important lines. Like some important lines you have to memorize for the sake of being quoting up those lines, so that you can get better answers and better marks. Okay, so you can directly just quote up the line as the poet wanted to say this, and he said this because, and then you can just write. And whenever phonetics are asked, like phonetics, you have to just tell whether what is the style of the poem. So you have to tell like the poem is AAB. So you have to tell like how it is. You have to quote few lines in order to support your answer. So these are important things. You need to memorize few lines from your poems. So you feel those lines that you feel like that I can memorize them easily. So you can memorize those. Okay. And then just talk to your mentor, whosoever you think like that they can guide you better in English literature. They can tell you like these are the lines you should learn. So you can just memorize those. Okay. So here they could be asking you similes, like how, where, and why similes were used, what were the metaphors that were used. So in order to just support your answers, you have to quote those lines. So prepare from now only, start learning those lines from today only, so that after 4 5 months you have a solid command over those lines. Like whenever someone can ask, so you can just say that in a single go, and you don't have to revise them. Okay. So that's how we prepare you for your exams. And if you have any doubts, just go in the comment section and just type your doubts. We will try to answer those. That's all for today. Thank you.